Looking back at Open, so I spoke about this one a little while ago when we had this gap up and it was very hot. People were rejoicing. It made like whatever it was, 50%, 80% in a day. It was a ridiculous move. And I said that you're probably going to want to wait and see for this 814 tap before considering a long. Now, full transparency, I just opened some short calls on Open, even though the IV is a little inflated. But I'm basically looking at right now the gap from this candle at 742 as an area in which it should look to hold. On top of that, you also have the 21 EMA on the daily here to catch it around 722. With that being said, if it reverses over 750, I think getting back to that 814 level would be pretty quick, whether it's today or tomorrow, but fairly quickly. So I'd be very careful purchasing out the money options, but at the money or near the money, you're probably okay with a quick little options trade here near term. Now, with that being said, I'm looking at this for an equity opportunity, actually. I said before when I made this first video on Open that I wouldn't short this name by any means. I still would not short this name because I think there is a lot more left to go in the tank. You just need the right entry. And the right entry is, in my opinion, around here. I'm going to consider, and I'll probably do this live. I'm live right now. I'm going to consider entering some calls here. Or sorry, some shares here because I'm already in some short-term calls. But getting in on some shares here with a second swath waiting at 616. So basically going half size here and deploying another half if 616 taps. Ultimately, over 814 or at 814 is where I want to start considering my first entry. So basically anything around this area is what I'm already okay with price-wise. The other thing you could do, which is something I'm personally more than likely going to do, is sell some puts. Since I'm looking to accumulate in this general area anyway, I can comfortably sell $7.50 puts here in general because, well, I'll probably make a good amount of money on them. And your break even is probably much lower than you think it would be. For example, if I sold a 7.5 put right now, 60 cents or whatever, so that puts it at what? If you click the 60 cents, you get assigned. It means your cost, let's say 60, that means your entry point really is like 6.9. So you have a much lower entry than higher, which is great if you're okay with selling $7.50 puts here and okay with the assignment, which I am because I'm looking to actually accumulate shares in this range. In fact, as I'm talking about it, I'll probably do that in a moment here. But I think Open's a good buying opportunity right here for a short-term options trade or an equity position, either half size here and deploying another half at 616 with a tight stop underneath, or a short-term options trade here, looking at least for 814. If 814 breaks, you're going to have more legs here. Just watch your timing, and the IV on these are very expensive. Full transparency, I purchased some of the $7.5 calls that are expiring this week, and the IV on these contracts are at 190%. Your 52-week IV is sitting around 150, so I am paying a premium for that IV, so you got to keep that in the back of your head that I'm paying a premium, and you more than likely will too, on these contracts. So, and that's mainly due to the fact that we're down, at least currently, 11% on the day. So for me to make money and not lose on IV crush, I need a sharper reversal to the upside or a quicker move here. And the reason why I waited for today versus yesterday is now we have 4 red candles in a row. We're tapping, again, that point where this, the low of that gap up candle, and also a point of resistance here on 9.8, where the 21 EMA is as well. So we have a lot of confluence on the daily chart that we could get a sharp reversal here very near term, where I could make some money on some short-term options, make some money on potentially selling some puts, and definitely consider purchasing some shares in this area. So that's a quick little update on Open. Hopefully you guys found that helpful. Okay, I'm going to go buy shares on Open right now.